Chapter number from the beginnings of the times, and this chapter traces the beginnings of the human existence. It was the 5.6 million years ago and written as the million years ago written as the m by a, and that the first humans and like the creatures and appearance on the earth surface. After this, several forms of the human emergence, and then becomes the existence human being and resemblings us and the henceforth and the referent and to as the modern humans organization about the 1,60,000 years ago. During and this long period of human history and purpose obtained food and by the either and scavengings or huntings animals and gatherings plants and product, and they also the learn how to make the stones tools and the communications and with each others and all the others the ways of obtaining food wares adopted letters. Hunting gatherings continues even today. There are the hunters gatherer society in some parts of the world. This make us the wonders whether the lifestyle of present day and hunters gatherers can tell us anything about the past. Discovery of human fossil fuels, stone tools and caps and paintings and help us to understand every and human history and each of those and the historical discoveries and has other history of its own, and very often यहाँ पे क्या इट इज़ कवरिंग फोसिल फ्यूल है एंड ए द पेन स्टैकिंग्स प्रोसेस हुई थी यहाँ पे. द प्रिसाइज लोकेशंस ऑफ काइंड इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर डेटिंग. Show the equipment and used to record the location of find. The squares frame to the left of archaeologist and is a the grid divided into 10 km square. Placing it is over the find spots help to record the horizontal positions of the find. The triangulars and apertures and to the right is used to record the vertical positions. So how the fossil and the fragmented is recovered, and from the surrounding stones. In this case are the variety of limestones in which it is the embalmed, as you can see, and this the required skill and patience. 24 November 1890, 1859, and when the Charles and Darwin's on the origins of species was published and marks are the landmarks in the study of evolution. All and 1250 copies of the first and print and were the sold out the same days, and Darwin argued and that the human had evolved from the animals a long time ago. The school of the Nethertherman and some of those who dismissed the antiquities and of the schools regarding it as the brutish or that the fellow pathological idol. The story of human evolutions, the precursors of modern human beings. Look at thus the four schools belongs and to and the ape and it belongs to the species now the Australopithecus, Homo erectus, Homo species, present day Homo beings. While humoid have evolved from the humanoid and the share certain common features, there are major different as well as the hominoids. Hominoids have a smaller brain than the hominoids. Then the hominoids and two lines of evidence suggested and the Africans origins and for the humanoids. And first it is the groups of Africans and apex, and that are the most closely related to humanoids. Second, the earliest humanoids and fossils, and which belongs to the Ganade and Australopithecus, and have been the found in East Africa and date back to the about and 5.6 million years ago. In contrast, the fossil and found outside Africa are no orders and than the 1.8 million year ago. The evolution of the hand. So the precious and grips of the chimpanzees, and we show the powers grips of the human hand and show the precision grips of the homonid, and the development of power grips and probably and proceed and the precision grips, and compares the precision grips of the chimpanzees and with that of the human and hand, and make the list of the well-beings. Humanoid are further and subdivided into branches known as the genus and of the which and the Australopithecus and Homo are the importance. Each of thus in the terms includes and several species. The major difference between the Australopithecus and Homo and the relates to brain, the size and slow and teeth. The former have the smaller brain size and however and larger teeth, and then the latter vertically of the names and given by the scientist, and two species are the derived from the Latin and Greek words, and for the instance the name of the Australopithecus and comes from other Latin word astrals and meaning southern, and other Greek and words the Pithocus and meaning apex. The name and was given because and this and the earliest and forms of humans and still the retained and many the features of an ape, and such as other relatively small brains and size in the comparison to homos and large back teeth, and the limited existentiality of hands and uprighting walkings, and was also the restricted as they still spend a lot of time on trees. They retained and characteristic such as जाएगी मेरे पास सच ऐसे जाएगी मेरे पास जाएगी बबूती हो जाएगी बबूती ज़्यादा खाएगी बबूती बच जाएगी बबूती मोड़ा such as the long and the four limbs and curved hand and foot bones and mobile ankles join the shooted and to life on trees over times, and as tool making and long distance and walking increased, and many human the characteristic also developed. The discovery of the Australopithecus and the Elduca and George 17 July 1959. डंडा कहाँ है मेरा बेटा The Oldu and by and Georges and was first the discoveries in the early 20th and the century by other German beautiful butterfly collectors. And however the Alduvian has comes to be the identified and with Mary and Lowe's and Lokian who worked her and for over the 40 years, and it was the Mary and Lokian who and directed the archaeological excavations at the Aldubai and the Latolis and see and made some of the most existing and discoveries, and this is what and the Lewis and Locke and wrote about one of theirs the most and remarkable find, and that Khalib it was the Mary and Lokian who directed the archaeological excavations at the Aldubai and the Latolis, and she made and some of the most exciting discoveries, and this is what and the lies and Loki's and wrote about one of their the most remarkable find, and that the morning I wrote, and with other head ache and the slight fevers and the reluctantly I agreed to spend the day in the camp. And what will one of us and out of commissions. It was even more the battles and for the others, and to continue the work and for others, and pray and the curious and precarious and the even 7 weeks and seasons, and was the running out, and so Mary the departed for the diggings, and with the Sally and tools and two of their the dogs in the land, and rovers a jeep and like vehicles and saddles. Land Rover coming up and fast to camp, and I had other momentaries and vision of Mary the strengthened by one of force hours of residence, and the scorpions or written and by other snake, and that had the slipped and passed the decks, the dogs and the Land Rovers, and rattled and to the stop, and I heard the merry voice calling over and over. I got him and the head itchy. I couldn't make her out, and got what? And are you the heart? I asked him, and the man. The man, Mary said, and the one, and where have been and looking for 23 years, and come quick. I have found cow. I have found his teeth. The remain of early humans and have been and the classified into the different and species, thus are the often distinguished from one another on the basis of different in bones and structures. For the instant and species of early human are the differentials in terms of their the school size and the distinctive and the shows, and see the illustrated on thus the characteristics, and may have the evolved and due to the what has been and called the positive and feedback mechanism. The positive feedback mechanism and arrow and pointing and towards a box and indicated the influences that the sap and that the particles development increase in size and capabilities of brain and tool making and hand and feet for using the tools and the carrying in front object and visual and the surveillances long distance walking while and foraging and hunting and uprighting walking the arrow and pointings and away from the box and indicated and how the developed mansion in the box influences other process.